Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, check, check. Sound good? Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, mic, check. Checking the mic. Okay. That's the healthy camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other folks are going to be here.
You're wearing orange. Basically, if you're wearing orange.
Thank you.
Where is he?
Nice to see you all.
There he is.
Hi,
Are we ready?
Mom's Manic. Yes, of course.
Our pleasure.
Nice to see you all.
Morgan, are we ready? Or
Yeah, that's a good one.
can I turn this a little bit? The sun is like, huh? All right. Can I turn it a little bit?
It's taped.
Oh, okay. All right. I won't look at the sun. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Janelle Heinrich, the Director of Public Health Madison and Dane County. Thank you so much for joining us as we kick off Wear Orange weekend in Madison and Dane County. I also want to thank our mayor, our county executive, the police chief, and Ariel Smith from our department for joining me here today to help underscore the importance of what we're doing this weekend. The Wear Orange movement was born out of tragedy. Hadiah Pendleton was a Chicago teenager who was shot and killed on a playground in 2013. To honor Hadiah's life, her friends wore orange, a color chosen to symbolize the value of human life. So each year, Madison and Dane County, along with communities around the country, now stand together with our elected officials, police, organizations like Moms Demand Action, and community leaders wearing orange to honor those affected by gun violence and send a clear message that our community demands change. To speak more about that now, I want to welcome to the podium Madison Mayor Rose Conway.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I want to recognize, in addition to the speakers, Alder O'Brien from District 16 has joined us, and the folks from Moms Demand as well. Thank you for being here. Every person in Madison deserves to feel safe in their home, in their neighborhood, at school, and at work. Gun violence is a public safety crisis that demands a holistic, community-wide response. Guns are the leading cause of death for young people today. And gun-related injury and death is not inevitable. Each of us has a role that we can play. We can educate ourselves, secure any firearms, and talk to our loved ones about safe storage to prevent accidental shootings. Our police, our schools, our healthcare providers, and our community organizations are working together across Madison and Dane County to identify and support those who are at most risk of gun violence. Working to intervene early and to help people make positive choices for themselves and for the good of their community. This work is work that we can all share. It's something that every single member of our community can help with, whether it's by learning about safe gun storage, supporting local prevention efforts, mentoring young people, or just by showing up at the Wear Orange community events this weekend. And this Wear Orange weekend, I ask every single Madisonian to stand with us. Wear orange. Start the conversation. Talk to your neighbors. Ask your friends and family how you can help. Choose to be a responsible gun owner by securing your firearms. Educate your kids about the dangers of picking up a gun without proper training. Together, we can build a city where we choose safety and resolve conflicts without resorting to violence. Thank you for joining us today, and it's my pleasure to introduce Police Chief John Patterson.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for being here today and for wearing orange with us all, a bright, unmistakable color that has become really a national symbol for hopefully a gun-free society, a gun-free community here in Madison. I'm proud to stand here not only as your acting Chief of Police for the City of Madison, but also as a parent and a member of our community who believes that every one of us has a role to play in preventing gun violence. Gun violence is not just a national problem, it's a local problem, it's a Madison problem, it's a Dane County problem. Just this year, 52 times a gun was fired intentionally and unintentionally in our community, and this is unacceptable. Too often we focus on the tragedies that happen in our streets, shootings in public places, violence to settle disputes, arguments, disagreements. And while that pain and those tragedies are very real, I just want to take a moment today to talk and highlight something the mayor mentioned, but I don't think we talk about it nearly enough, and that's the fact that gun violence and prevention of gun violence begins in the home. The truth is, many of our tragedies we respond to as police officers don't always start with guns drawn. They start with tension behind closed doors, with unaddressed trauma, with untreated mental illness, or with a conflict that escalated quickly because a gun was too easily accessible. In Madison, we've seen it again and again. Guns left unsecured in a home or in a car, falling into the hands of children or easily being stolen. Domestic arguments turning deadly, suicides, private, quiet tragedies that often go unspoken about or unshared, where a gun was the deciding factor between a life lived and death. We need to stop ignoring these realities. If we want to reduce gun violence, we must begin looking at what happens inside our homes. This means safe storage. It must be taken seriously. Guns should be kept locked, unloaded, kept away from children. Just recently, a 6-year-old had access to a loaded firearm and shot themselves critically. This is unacceptable gun ownership. As parents, as the mayor mentioned, we need to talk to our children about gun safety. Just like we talk to them about fire safety and wearing seatbelts, this needs to be normalized. As community members, we need to demand better from our gun owners. Gun ownership means more than filling out paperwork and paying for the gun. It means that you're responsible to your community, that you'll step up to that responsibility, and you won't be careless with your firearm, and if you are, you'll be held accountable. It means taking gun safety training and understanding what it truly means to safely carry a gun. It also means you'll stop keeping your gun in your car. Too often, we're investigating thefts of firearms from gun owners who made a terrible decision to store their gun in their car. As friends, family members, and community members, it means we'll do our best to help guide those who need mental health support and treatment to providers long before a crisis point arrives. We can't shy away from these difficult decisions, difficult situations, and difficult conversations and just hope for the best. As your acting police chief, I can tell you that enforcement will not solve this problem. We cannot arrest our way out of this problem. Gun violence prevention has to be our first line of defense. The MPD is proud to partner with Dane County Public Health and the Violence Prevention Unit our schools and MMSD, our community and neighborhood centers, and all of our local partners, many of whom are here today, to provide education, gun locks when we can, and support our community members and our family in need. So to the parents, again, as the mayor mentioned, please talk to your kids about guns and gun safety. Ask yourselves, are there guns easily accessible in our homes? And if they are, make a change. Every gun owner, be responsible to your community. Secure your weapons like your life or someone else's depends on it. And to all of us as a community, creating a culture of safety starts with connection. When noticing when something feels off, when something seems off with someone, ask for help or reach out before it's too late. We wear orange to honor those in our community who have been lost, but also to commit ourselves to those who we can still protect. We owe each other a Madison that values life, accepts responsibility, confronts hard truths, and that refuses to look away. So let's keep working together to keep our city safe and a place where no one needs to fear gun violence, at home or anywhere else in the community. Thank you. I'll turn it over to Ariel Smith, Public Health.
Hello, my name is Ariel Smith, and I'm with Public Health Madison, Dane County, and I oversee the violence prevention programming for our department. I want to echo what both the mayor and Acting Chief Patterson just said. Gun safety and firearm safety is all of our responsibility. It is a community effort, and we all have to do our part to make sure we all remain safe. I want to orient us to some of the things that public health is working on specifically in order to address this violence issue. We know that it's a complex issue, but it is preventable, and that is what is most important. It is rooted in social inequities as well as access to firearms. Addressing it requires a comprehensive and evidence-based approach, which I am so proud to say that our department has implemented and enacted and will continue to do so. At Public Health, we work with community-based partners to ensure that we can properly identify risk factors for violence, support prevention programmings with community-based organizations, as well as invest in violence prevention and intervention services that we know work. That being said, I want to acknowledge the work that our violence intervention team does for the community. They play a critical role in breaking the cycle of violence within our communities. They work directly with individuals at the highest risk of being involved in violence, as well as supporting those who have been victimized by violence. By providing that immediate support, conflict mediation, and connections to life-saving resources like mental health care, job training, housing support, mentorship, food access, this program has demonstrated its care for the community. This program is not just about responding to violence, it's about building trust, restoring hope, and creating real pathways to healing and opportunity. I also want to acknowledge that today we are launching a community-wide campaign to zero in on our gun safety efforts. This campaign is aimed at bringing our community together behind one simple goal: keeping everyone safe by promoting responsible gun practices. This will be done through increased education opportunities in the community, training for proper handling and storage of firearms, creative outreach for those who have maybe been impacted by violence so that we can help support and reduce the traumatic impact, as well as continuing to foster partnerships with organizations that do the grassroots work of ensuring that we have adequate protective factors in our community against gun violence. We want to make sure that families, young people, gun owners, and the community as a whole have the information that they need, and not just the information, but the tools and resources that they need in order to prevent accidents and tragedies related to gun violence and surrounding gun violence. As said before here, so I will be remiss if I say it again, gun safety is not only just a personal responsibility, it is a shared one. We all have a role to play in keeping ourselves and others safe from harm. By working together, we can make sure that every family and individual has the knowledge and tools they need to keep our community safe. We're asking everyone, parents, kids, gun owners, and community leaders to join us. Let's make safety the standard, not just the exception. And with that, I will hand it over to County Executive Melissa Agard.
Thank you, Ariel. It's hard to be cleanup batter after all the folks that came before me, but I am thrilled to be here to talk about how it is that we protect one another in our community. Your County Executive, Melissa Agard, and I am here today wearing orange to honor victims and to stand with survivors. I look forward to a day where we can wear orange to celebrate a decrease in gun violence and no deaths within our community. Today, we are here to remember and to stand in solidarity. We're here to honor those whose lives were taken and to uplift the voices of survivors who live with the pain of gun violence every single day. And in this community, it's hard to find someone who is not a survivor. This isn't about tragedy, it's about action. And I know that grief must fuel the change. It's far too past time for us to expect our politicians to solve this problem by simply posting their thoughts and prayers. We need to deliver action for our community. I know that common sense gun safety will save lives. And for over a decade in the state capitol building, I was on the front lines. And I know that across the state of Wisconsin, there is broad support. This is not a partisan issue for common sense policy change. Unfortunately, local governments are really impacted by what it is that we can do based on what's happening up the street. Here in Wisconsin, the majority of us, including responsible gun owners, support common sense measures like background checks, safe storage laws, and red flag laws. We know that these reforms are not extreme, that they are common sense and they are based in science. They are reasonable, they are popular, and they will reduce harm in our community. My commitment to public safety and to reducing gun violence impacts on our community has not stopped now that I'm a county executive. This maintains a priority for me and my administration. And that's why I'm so proud to be able to stand with our joint public health department to continue to raise awareness about gun violence in our community. Local leadership matters now more than ever before. And Dane County is taking action, along with our municipal partners. We know that even when the state and federal governments are gridlocked, local leaders can and will make a difference in our community. Here in Dane County, we choose to invest in common sense, violence reduction, and prevention strategies. We choose to support trauma-informed care, and we choose to fund programs that come down to the root causes and address them here in our community. In Dane County, we make our decisions based on grounded equity, data, and compassion. We believe in science here in Dane County. And we believe and know that advocacy remains in each and every one of us and is a responsibility. The power of one is part of taking action and being part of the solution. So please remember, reach out to your legislators, attend committee hearings, support violence prevention programs, and wear orange. Change only happens when we show up and we speak out, whether we're at our Capitol building, in our city county building, or at our kitchen tables. Silence and a lack of action help no one, but action will save lives here in Dane County. I am so proud to be able to continue to stand with this movement, then, now, and into the future. I've been in this fight for well over a decade, and I am not stopping. As a policymaker, as a parent, and as your county executive, I believe that we each have a moral obligation to invest in and build stronger communities. I am proud to wear orange, and I am proud to continue working alongside all of you in the Dane County way to do what we can to impact, reduce, and stop gun violence once and for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The power of being in front of, I'm just incredibly proud to be with all of these folks today as we stand together and kick off this weekend. That concludes our formal remarks, and we're happy to take questions if you have them. Thank you.
Good job.
I feel like I've been running into speeches about everywhere. It's like, actually, I'm talking.
Thank you. Can we get a picture?
This weekend.
Thank you.
For a couple of times.
I'll send it to you.